Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, what about this weather and how it's affected and killing and oh my goodness. It's been bad here, but I can't say that we've had any trauma or any emergency situations other than one of the pine trees wants to fall on our new fence and the neighbor's fence. So I'm trying to work and find someone to take care of that for me. Um, I also wanted to do a video yesterday on my roosters and how I'm breeding this year before I start my egg hatching. I know I'm behind. I'm super behind in my mind. And so what I have is I have raw in the back with that's supposed to be 8, but with the 7 during the day, and of course pigeon comes back in at night. So that's 8 back there. But then I've got Tut up here in front with all of my older purebreds and some yearlings. So I know what my older birds, I know what their eggs are. I've got a barred rock. I know her eggs. I know my sapphire gems. I know my australorp. I know my blue bonnet hybrid. What else do I have up here that's purebred? My Jersey Giant, my Nor Moran. I know those eggs. So I know that when I grab those eggs, they are going to give me the exact same grouping that we got last year on the hatches. I'm going to get something a little bit different from Raw's group and from the yearlings that I will be hatching from the Cabana group. So it's going to be fun. I will be marking the eggs. I don't know if I'm going to have 2 separate breeders or not. I'm going to split up the amount in the incubator, half from back and half from front. So I really don't want to use my barred rock. I really don't want to use, I don't want to use her eggs because she made the most goofiest rooster that turned mean ever. But she did hatch Miss Annie. So I do have 3 birds that actually do go broody, and that would be my Barred Rock Dottie, my Nor Moran Black Betty, and my no, my Jersey Giant Teresa. So those 3 I've had go broody, and the Moran Miss Black Betty, she hatched cider, pumpkin, and then the 2 white roosters that look like big eagles. Uh, so that was her doing, and of course Dottie was just absolutely a horrible mother. I mean, she killed everything that was hatching. She'd step on them, squash them. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, it was traumatic. But I let her keep little orphan Annie. And then it was just like out of nowhere, she was like, I'm done. And she left and came back up here with this group of girls, left Annie back there. And remember, oh, I felt so sorry for it. And she's turned out to be such a funny bird. I think she's actually part Australorp. So I think she's an Australorp Tut mix. I really like that mix. I don't like my Australorp Aster. She's just goofy and loud and just obnoxious, but she's a great egg layer. Um, right now, she's missing a lot of feathers on her head because of Little Red. So it's whatever. All right, so we're also not going to take eggs from Chipmunk either. Chipmunk is my fuzzy face, even though I would still like to get some chicks out of her because she has the slim majority of Welsumer in her, which adds the speckles to the egg color. So I really wish I could have got her hooked up with Raw, but here we go. All right. So that's what's going on with the chickens right now. I did get 5 dozen donated yesterday to the pantry through our Blue Egg project. I'm frying potatoes right now. I'm making beer potatoes. Oh my gosh. I went through all of my potatoes here in the kitchen earlier, got rid of everything that was bad or really, really sprouting. I have red Yukon or little gold ones, and then my russets. And tomorrow being St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to go plant those and get those planted. I went through all of my onions. I know what I have left from, and I'm going to tell you, my potatoes lasted really, really well here in the kitchen and that little grocery shopping cart thing. So I had enough left to fill my one basket. I've taken half of those out. Decided to make some beer, um, baked beer potatoes. If you want to know about them, they're pretty good. Just let me know down below and I'll type it to you or whatever and how I do it. What else? I think that's all as far as that's concerned. It's a lot, but I do plan on hatching 3 incubators full this year again. Um, so that way people can have chicks, they can have young birds, and later on I'll have plenty of hens for them. It's pretty cool that I can sell off the birds that don't match my breeding criteria, but are still really good birds, and I still love them just the same. And I think I need to make that very clear that just because I'm selling birds that I love, it has nothing to do with me not loving all of them. It's just that they don't meet my criteria. And I'm going to tell you, Stub probably hurt me worse. And Sassy kind of hurt me a little bit. Magpie, she was just like Annie. So, yeah, it's rough. Now, let's talk about what I really need to talk about here. Hey, MAGA veterans. I have some questions. I do have questions for you. MAGA veterans. Did you see veterans marching? Do you see veterans speaking out about what's going on and the disrespect and disregard and the complete uncaringness of veterans in our country right now? Have you seen it? Do you feel it? Has it happened to you yet? Oh, there's a hitchhiker. I got to be careful. We don't want Asian beetles in our potatoes. I just saw one come out of the can light. Anyway, in that video, it was crawling up my shirt after I knocked it out of my eye. I was like, boy, I wish I knew how to put look, there it is, in the video. But anyway, are you watching, veterans? Are you watching other veterans who would never go against the Constitution that they took an oath to? Are you watching? Just because it hasn't hit you yet or touched you yet, it will. And mothers, are you ready? Are you ready for your kids to be drafted, to go to Gaza, go to Greenland, the border of Canada to fight, Panama Canal? Are you ready? Is that what you want, veterans? I mean, I'm just asking. Because I'm certain that a lot of people did not think this was going to happen. But it is. But it is. Let me see, do I have one there? Nope. Ooh. Yeah, I do. Sorry, I'm trying to cook and talk. MAGA veterans, you cannot say that following Trump is following the Constitution. If you are a patriot and you are a veteran, how is it and how do you say that going against your country's Constitution is being a patriot? I mean, how can you do that? You took an oath, not to a criminal king. Some of these executive orders are going to turn around and bite MAGA in the butt. And I'm going to talk about the Second Amendment. there is a possibility that martial law will be invoked. And if martial law is invoked, what happens next? Will our military soldiers actually go against our civilians and against the Constitution? Will Bondi and Trump take away your rights to have guns? You got to look at this in steps. If you have not read Project 2025 and you're still okay with what's going on, dig a little deeper, read a little more. Just keep reading, because Project 2025 is our future as it is becoming fruitious. So, MAGA veterans, are you ready? Are you ready to dishonor the oath that you gave when you became a soldier of our country? Are you willing to step up against the civilians who just want freedom, especially the First Amendment? I mean, Trump is already saying he's going to take away the rights of media that does not agree with them. You guys are okay with being allies with Russia, right? So you want state media that only talks about how great Trump is, when in fact he's ripping us off. Elon is ripping us off. That's the true ripoff. People will die. People will suffer. And I think that's where veterans need to make a decision. Do you follow the oath that you took? Or do you follow a criminal king? Because Hungary is in a situation right now, and that's one of his buddies. Go look up Hungary and see what's going on with Orban. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Bye, y'all.